So after weeks and weeks of speculation, we finally have a potential date for the March event. And guess what? I predicted it a few weeks ago because I said there is a possibility we see the event take place on the 23rd of March. And guess what? We now have confirmation from John Prosser and Kang, who are both very reliable sources that pretty much say the same. So yeah, we should see an event take place on the 23rd. And so let's delve into all of this and also maybe touch on what products we can expect at the event, because we have some new information about that too. And let me tell you, this event could be pretty jam-packed. So without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Make sure to join the Butterfication Squad too, because we're pretty awesome. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. Right, so a few tidbits before we delve into the products. Number one, if this event is taking place on the 23rd, then when can we expect the official announcement? Well, of course, back in the pre-COVID days, when people would go to these actual events, Apple would give us a 2-week notice of the event taking place. But because everything's virtual now and we just stare at a screen, Apple only gives us a 1-week notice. And so if the event is taking place on the 23rd, then keep an eye out on the 16th for an event invite. But number two, and this I have to mention because it's pretty funny, but OnePlus has just announced their own event taking place on the 23rd too, and so yeah, they probably have to push it back now. And this isn't even the first time this has happened, because I believe back in 2018, when OnePlus was announcing the OnePlus 6T, Apple decided to crash their party and announce the October event on the same day. And so OnePlus had to push back their event because clashing with Apple for media attention isn't such a great idea. And so it's kind of funny how Apple is just picking on the smaller companies and taking the piss. Anyways, enough of Apple beefing OnePlus. Let's delve into what we can expect to see at the March event. So John Prosser has given us a list of all the products that are ready to ship according to his sources, though he does say that it's not confirmed we see all of these in March. However, with that being said, let's delve into the first product, and that is AirTags. Right, so I believe it's been a full 2 years since we first heard about AirTags, and the funny thing is, we've heard about AirTags not only from dodgy sources, but within Apple's own code and through Apple support videos. There's a blatant mention of AirTags in that video, so yeah, we know these have existed for a while in Apple's HQ, and finally, they could be releasing them this month. Now, in case you're that one guy who doesn't know what AirTags are, let me explain. So essentially, these are an item tracker, which means that if you lose something, you can track items using the U1 tech and using iPhones in the near vicinity to give you a precise location. Now, I'll be completely frank, I don't care about AirTags because I never lose things, and maybe I'm jinxing myself now, but I genuinely have never lost anything valuable of sorts, and so I would never really have a use for an item tracker like AirTags. And so yes, I'm not willing to pay something ridiculous like $400. Okay, maybe not $400, but $100. I can see that being the price, and if that is the case, then it's a complete waste of money for me because I will have no use for them. However, I do acknowledge there are practical advantages with this technology. For example, if you have a pet, then of course you can track them with AirTags 24/7, and so if Barney the dog decides to run away for some reason, then yes, you can track him with AirTags, which is a great thing. Now, there is another product we've been waiting for quite a long time, and that is the new Apple TV. So this again has been ready for over a year, and we haven't seen an update to the Apple TV since 2017. So we're very much due for one, and I think March would be the perfect time to, of course, release a new version of the Apple TV. Now for a quick rundown of what this Apple TV will offer, it's going to have a gaming focus, and so this means you get an A12X chip in this Apple TV. That's going to be absolutely insane, and apparently along with this, we could see a new remote and possibly a gaming controller. So yes, a gaming controller made by Apple. It just sounds absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see the design and the feature set, and yeah, this could launch alongside this new gaming-focused Apple TV. Now moving on to the next thing we can expect, well, this is something I've been waiting for forever now, and that is AirPods 3. Now, I'm a huge fan of the regular AirPods because I like being a broke boy, but also the Pros have the silicone tips which aren't really that great in my ears. They're a little uncomfortable, and so yes, I do appreciate the hard tip style we have on regular AirPods. But of course, the regular AirPods have stayed the same since their conception back in 2016, and so I've been patiently waiting for a proper redesign, and that is AirPods 3 in a nutshell. Because essentially what they're doing is they're getting a pair of AirPods Pro and a pair of AirPods 2 and merging them together and creating this Frankenstein pair of AirPods, which I can't lie, intrigue me and is something I really want to see happen. So obviously we have renders of AirPods 3, and yes, they have elements of AirPods Pro like the vents for better comfort and the shorter stem, but of course you have the hard tip style that some prefer, and so yes, it's safe to say you aren't getting ANC on these pair of AirPods 3. That's a pro feature for the time being. Now in terms of other upgrades, we could see better battery life, maybe a H2 chip for faster pairing, and possibly wireless charging as standard. So yes, $200 might be the new price, and for that, you're getting the new design, better battery life, possibly better sound, faster pairing. I think these are a great upgrade on the whole, and if they do launch in March, then yes, I will buy them instantly. I will be buying them on day one because I love AirPods, and AirPods 3 are a huge upgrade. Anyways, we come to the last item, and this one, I think everyone knows, is coming out in March, and that is the new iPad Pros. So guys, I literally make countless iPad Pro videos every single week, and so you can check them out in the icon above for more extensive info. But as a recap, the main upgrades are going to be mini LED on the bigger size only, so the 11-inch is unfortunately sticking to LCD for the time being. We should see the A14X chip, which should be on par with the M1, and so that could of course open the gate for pro apps on the iPad like Final Cut, Logic Pro, and Xcode. We can also unfortunately expect 5G, so expect a 40-minute segment at the event about how 5G got real again on the iPad, and also on top of that we could see better cameras, possibly a redesigned Apple Pencil with, of course, a glossy finish and a redesigned tip, and maybe a new Magic Keyboard, though we have no new details on that, so for the time being, we have to assume that maybe Apple is giving us a new Magic Keyboard to accommodate the thicker body due to mini LED. That would be a pretty scummy move if they force consumers to buy a new Magic Keyboard altogether because they made the iPads this much thicker. So yeah, hopefully that's not the case and we actually get some feature improvements with this new Magic Keyboard, for example a larger trackpad and possibly a function row. So yes, those are the products we can expect to see in March, though of course remember that it's not guaranteed we see all of these in March. It's very plausible they have, of course, mini events instead, much like we saw at the end of 2020, where of course they cover a maximum of 2 or 3 products at an event that's an hour long. Now, if this does happen, then my thinking is that we see iPad Pro and AirTags at the March event, and then maybe AirPods and Apple TV at some sort of mini April event. But ultimately, I would love to see a jam-packed event with multiple releases, and so tell me in the comments below, do you think we'll see a mini event, or is it going to be a massive event with a lot of products? But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Be sure to join the Butterfication Squad too. Check out the video in the icon above about OLED, iPads and Macs coming out in 2022. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya, peeps.